my goodness, 300 subscribers. I can barely believe it. Thank you all so much to everybody who's liked or subscribed or shared the video. Thank you so much to everybody for your support. Like with 200, I won't be doing a specific 300 subscriber special because my 100 subscriber mock competition is still going. So if you haven't submitted your entry, get those in now. You have until the 1st of January. 1st of January, the competition will close. But overall, thank you very much for the support. Hello everyone, it's the Lego Brits here, and you may have noticed that I have changed the location of today's video. And yes, this is our Christmas tree, and I thought it'd be a really fun video if I just filmed it in front of the Christmas tree to get everybody in the festive mood for this very Christmassy video. So today, for my Christmas special video, if you like, I am going to be taking a look at the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special on Disney+. And this is a very, very fun, festive thing. So first up, I'm going to say, if you have Disney+, you like Christmas, you like LEGO Star Wars, you are going to love this. So basically, I'm going to be working through the story of what happens, basically. So obviously, if you don't want spoilers for it, it's not like a big film, but if you don't want spoilers for it, obviously don't watch this video. But I'm going to be working through what happens, what I think was good, and if there's any LEGO figures or vehicles that I want to see in LEGO that were featured in the holiday special. So that's pretty much the video. Let's get right into it. So the special opens with the Star Wars opening from The Mandalorian put into LEGO Star Wars. And I have to say, I loved that. The way they did it, same music, same design and everything, but just put them all into Lego heads rather than helmets. I thought that was really, really fun. They did choose some different Lego figures, but it was really fun and a great way to start the special. So starting off, after the intro, we basically have some narration from Yoda, and what I will say is that that actor was really nostalgic. I know it's obviously not Frank Oz, however, if you liked the Yoda Chronicles or any of these Lego Star Wars stuff, I have all the DVDs because I really, really enjoyed watching these when I was younger. If you like these, you are absolutely going to love the holiday special. The Palpatine actor in the Lego Star Wars world, the Yoda actor, it was kind of really nostalgic to have those guys back to do this, even though they're not the real Palpatine and Yoda from the movies. They are the Lego ones, and it was pretty nostalgic from the Yoda Chronicles. Then we go to the Millennium Falcon, and we find Rey training Finn, and things aren't going very well. And this nicely sets up the plot line with basically Rey is wanting to be a good Jedi Master, but is failing a bit because Finn and her aren't having the right relationship for Master and Apprentice. And basically that's a thing that's going on through the whole of the special. That is a plot line, and it nicely sets it up, having right at the beginning to right at the end. So that's a nice thing to see, and you do have those moral lessons in there, so this is great for kids too. One thing I will say is that throughout the special, Rey's voice sounds slightly off. Now obviously it isn't the actress who plays her in the films, but I do feel like her voice was not quite really as good as the other voice actors. I'm not sure whether that's just something from me, but yeah, it didn't really sound very, very good all of the time. Sometimes I could live with it, but other times it just felt off, so that's just something to say. The other voice actors were all very, very good, and Rey was too, but her voice did sound off at moments. And at this point, Rey heads off to the Jedi Temple on Cordoku, and Cordoku is basically this icy planet with the northern lights in, so that really fits the feel of the special as well. But the temple, although it is of no confirmation that we could be getting a Jedi Temple set in future, it was a nice addition to see and did remind me of temples seen in Fallen Order or the Clone Wars. And then after Rey discovers this Kyber crystal which can travel through time, and she can visit loads of different points in the Star Wars canon, and this is a really, really cool aspect to the holiday special. I was really, really hoping that they weren't just going to do sequel characters and it'd be loads of characters, and they did just that. You travel through every area of Star Wars and it was absolutely fantastic. So then we move on to this montage full of loads of masters and apprentices. So we have Luke and Yoda on Dagobah, or Anakin and Obi-Wan, where "hello there" is said for the first time in the holiday special, and certainly not the last. We have Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and Luke blowing up the Death Star, so loads and loads of iconic moments turned into LEGO Star Wars. After seeing all the masters training the apprentices back on the temple on Cordoku, Rey gets a bit greedy and decides that she wants to go back in for another look, and then they go to Palpatine and Vader on the Death Star. And this is an awesome scene. I loved the Galaxy's Best Emperor joke. I think kids are absolutely going to love that. But then Palpatine spots the Kyber crystal and sends Vader in to go get it. And then the plot really starts. And then for a very brief moment, we go back to the Millennium Falcon and we see Chewie's family arriving on the Falcon to celebrate Life Day, which is the Star Wars equivalent of Christmas. And what I will say is that I really, really liked the different Wookiee figures that they had, and I would definitely love those figures to come as like a promotional thing. I think that'd be really fun if this was releasing on DVD. Obviously Obviously, this is on Disney Plus, but if it were on DVD, I think one of those Wookiee figures would have been great as a promotional. And then we are thrown into what is possibly the best sequence of the holiday special, and that is Vader versus Rey, and this is an awesome sequence. So it starts off with them battling it out on the temple, and then they travel through time going to the Hoth base, where Vader meets his alternate version of himself, and that's a really funny sequence. And then they go through all of these duels and moments in Star Wars. So we have Mustafar, we have the pod racers, we have clone bikes, we have Exegol, loads and loads of different moments. We also have a moment with the Mandalorian where they all go at the Baby Yoda Lego Star Wars figure. That is a slightly different Lego Star Wars figure design, which could be arguably cuter, but I think the one we have now is fine, so I don't think really there's a need to change that. And then we go through loads and loads of iconic moments, and basically we get to the twin suns moment of Luke looking over the Dune Sea, where tons and tons of Lego figures just start falling out of the sky, and that's a really funny moment while Luke stands there drinking blue milk. And then we have a scene which I would love to see in live action, but it's just not going to happen. Every Lego Star Wars hero and villain pretty much are just battling it out, smashing into each other. 3 Obi-Wans get together and go, hello there, just one more time for good measure, and there's just an absolutely massive battle. Vader, Luke and Rey manage to grab the crystal and they are transported back to the temple, so Luke is now with them. Vader escapes with the crystal, leaving Rey, BB-8 and Luke on the temple on Cordoku, with this massive battle still going on in the alternate timeline. Then Vader returns to the Death Star with the time-traveling crystal, and Palpatine decides he wants to know where he's at in 20 years' time. So they travel forward in time to find a topless Kylo Ren, and Palpatine tells him to put a shirt on, which is a really funny scene as well. And Kylo has to explain to Palpatine how Vader threw him down the reactor shaft, and how Palpatine wasn't able to conquer the galaxy in the end, which is a funny sequence as well. And then there is a funny sequence where Palpatine pretty much abandons Vader as his apprentice and decides he wants Kylo Ren to be his new apprentice, so the 3 of them go back to the Death Star too, and there are some funny flashbacks like when Kylo kills Snoke in there as well. After that we are taken back to the Falcon, where the characters are still getting ready for Life Day and guests are just starting to arrive. We have Maz Kanata, we have Janna, we have Lando, and we have some Outland Jawas, and they are awesome. They look absolutely fantastic, and please, 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 Lego, please do make these. They look absolutely fantastic, and they did in the special. They looked like Lego figures. They didn't look like a render like some of the other ones. They looked real, so I would really, really love for Lego to make those figures. Back on the temple on Cordoku, we have this really inspiring scene where Force Ghost Yoda teaches Rey that masters and apprentices have to be friends as well as teachers too, and we basically see all of the masters and apprentices circling round, and it's a really cool scene. Yoda also tells Rey that she had the power all along to travel through time, which is kind of a big twist, which means that Rey can go and fight Darth Vader, so that really nicely sets up the next scene. After that, Rey and Luke head back to the Death Star to have a final face-off with Palpatine, Vader and Ren, and also Luke Skywalker from the Return of the Jedi is there too, so there's 2 Lukes at the same time. It is an awesome fight scene, it's jam-packed with jokes and lots of things, and it ends with the good guys winning, Vader throwing Palpatine down the reactor shaft, and Ren back in Starkiller Base. And there's a funny bit where Hux walks in and just finds Ren having a proper tantrum, just like in The Force Awakens. So that is a fantastic scene, and a really good way to end that plot point. And then in the next scene, Rey uses the crystal to put everything right and restores everything to how it was before, putting all the characters who are still having this massive battle on Tatooine back to where they should be, and basically we leave Farm Boy Luke holding his blue milk while loads of force vortexes are going on, while Rey restores everything to the way it should be. So that is a great sequence that doesn't leave us with any gaping plot holes, so that's something nice in the holiday special, that there aren't any huge plot holes. So that one was a great scene, one I think kids and adults will really, really enjoy. Now it ends on the Falcon with them all having a Life Day party, and one thing I will point out is that we do have a Babu Frick Lego figure, or a render of a Lego figure in the holiday special, and it looks amazing, has an arm print, it looks absolutely fantastic, and I would love to have this as a promotional figure or something else, or to feature in a set from The Rise of Skywalker, because it is a fantastic figure and one that I think should be made in Lego. Our final scene has a Christmassy Yoda figure just finished finishing off his narration, and then the book closes. A bit like in the Christmas Carol, lots of Christmassy movies where the book opens and closes, and that's really cool as well, and makes everybody feel festive as they finish the special. And the Yoda figure is a really, really awesome one. Could that be in a future advent calendar? I'd really, really hope so, and I would love to have that as a Christmas promotional figure on Lego.com, because that Christmassy Yoda looks really, really good. Just before we finish the video, a couple of things I thought I'd mention. Number one, Force Ghosts. Oh my goodness, these Force Ghost figures are absolutely awesome. At the end we have a Force Ghost of Leia and Luke, and they look absolutely fantastic. We also see Force Ghost Yoda earlier. I would love, love, love Lego to do some Force Ghost figures. I think they would look absolutely fantastic. And the holiday special overall is really fun and festive and just an exciting thrill ride of a holiday special. It is really, really fun and gets everybody in the Christmassy mood. There are lots of funny plot lines, like Poe Dameron having a crying problem throughout and he's just always bursting into tears. There's some really, really funny jokes there, and I think kids will laugh at the jokes, and adults will just appreciate the fact that Lego Star Wars has been turned into this wonderful holiday special which brings together all eras of the canon, and this would look amazing in a film. Obviously it is non-canon, but it was a fantastic thing, something I really enjoyed watching, and I would really recommend you watch it this Christmas. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, thank you for the support. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Have a wonderful day and a very Merry Christmas. Goodbye.